Stronger legs don't just come from exercise, they depend on 3 simple vitamins you should be taking every night before bed. Yet most seniors have been misled. You've been told that aging itself is the reason your legs feel weaker. But that's not the whole story. The real cause is far quieter, a hidden lack of 3 essential vitamins your body needs to restore leg strength while you sleep. Here's what no one is telling you: these nutrients are natural, inexpensive, and not very profitable. That's why you won't see them in glossy ads, and why many doctors never bring them up. Still, the science is crystal clear: missing just one of these vitamins can triple your risk of falling after 60, slow muscle recovery by 37%, and increase painful nighttime cramps by 42%. And here's the shocking part. One of these vitamins alone has been proven to boost leg strength by 31%, but very few seniors are taking it. Why? Because there's no financial incentive to fix the true root cause. Without these nutrients, your foundation, your legs, slowly weakens. Muscles can't repair, and nerves can't communicate the way they should. But there's good news. Recent research shows that when seniors take these vitamins at night, they often notice better balance, less discomfort, and faster muscle recovery within just days. In this video, I'll walk you through the 3 essential vitamins every adult over 60 should be taking before bed to quickly restore leg strength. Everything I'm sharing is backed by solid research. In fact, you'll find links to the scientific references right below this video. And before we dive deeper, I'd love for you to jump into the comments. Tell us where you're watching from, your age, and which vitamins you currently take each day. Don't hold back, because we're reviewing each and every comment with personalized feedback. That way you can get guidance that's actually relevant to your age, your daily routine, and the true needs of your legs. So let's get started with the first vitamin on the list, one that shockingly few seniors are taking: vitamin B12. Most older adults have heard of B12, but almost no one realizes how critical it is for strong legs, steady movement, and muscle repair during the night. When your B12 levels start to fall, your legs begin to fail, not only from muscle loss, but also from a breakdown in communication between your brain and your muscles. Think of B12 as the power line connecting your neurons to your legs. Without it, the signals fade. That fading turns into weakness. Weakness turns into imbalance. And imbalance often ends in dangerous falls. Here's the challenge. After the age of 60, your body's ability to absorb B12 from food drops dramatically. As you get older, your stomach produces less hydrochloric acid, which is essential for releasing B12 from protein. Without enough acid, your gut simply can't pull the nutrient out of meat, fish, or eggs the way it used to. The numbers are striking. According to the National Institutes of Health, up to 43% of adults over 60 have either low or borderline B12 levels, and many don't even know it. The symptoms creep in quietly. At first, it's just a little numbness in your feet, then tingling, then stiffness in your calves. And then one day you try to stand up and your knees suddenly give out. Why does this happen? Because the myelin sheath, the protective coating around your nerves, depends in part on B12. When levels run low, those nerves weaken. And if the nerves controlling your legs are damaged, your brain's signals simply can't get through. That's why slowness, unsteady walking, foot dragging, and worsening nighttime cramps are so common in seniors with B12 deficiency. What's worse, these symptoms can look nearly identical to the early stages of Parkinson's disease or diabetic neuropathy. In fact, a large study published in Neurology in 2017, following 2,500 older adults, found that people with low B12 were 60% more likely to suffer falls and nearly 3 times more likely to have serious walking difficulties. Timing is everything. While you sleep, your nervous system goes into repair mode. It rebuilds nerve tissue, resets muscle signaling, and restores function in your legs. But if B12 isn't available during this critical window, that repair process is cut short. That's why taking B12 before bed is so important. At night, your body is primed to heal, and B12 supplies the nutrients your nerves and muscles need right into your bloodstream. Unlike caffeine or stimulants, B12 doesn't keep you awake. In fact, for many seniors, it actually promotes deeper, more restorative sleep. Now, not all B12 supplements are created equal. The most effective form for older adults, especially if you have digestive issues, is methylcobalamin, a type your body can use right away. Even better are sublingual tablets, which dissolve under your tongue and enter directly into your bloodstream, bypassing the digestive system. How soon can you feel the difference? Clinical studies show that within 10 to 14 days, many seniors report better muscle control, quicker reflexes, and stronger contractions in their legs. In one published case study, an older adult who couldn't walk unassisted for more than 10 minutes regained full mobility after just 6 weeks of daily B12 therapy. These aren't miracle stories, they're the predictable results of using sound nutritional science. So if your legs feel stiff, numb, or weak, if you notice twitching at night, or if you feel unsteady when you walk, take it as more than a nuisance. It's a signal that your body may be starving for B12. And the longer your nerves go without it, the harder it becomes to fully restore your strength. Now, let's move on to the second vitamin, one that has been shown to correct leg weakness in as little as 2 weeks when taken at bedtime, while also supporting real muscle growth. In second place, vitamin D3. Surprising, isn't it? Most people think of vitamin D3, often called the sunshine vitamin, as something that only benefits your bones. But by the time you reach your 60s, D3 becomes one of your body's most powerful tools for protecting and rebuilding muscle, especially in your legs. And if you don't take it before bed, you waste the very window of recovery your body relies on. That's why it's more important than ever. Here's the problem. Most older adults don't even realize they're deficient. In fact, more than 70% of seniors lack enough vitamin D3, and the consequences are clear. Weaker legs, slower muscle recovery, more frequent falls. The science leaves no room for doubt. D3 is about much more than calcium or sunshine. It directly drives muscle protein synthesis, the process your body uses to build and repair muscle fibers. Around age 60, your ability to rebuild muscle after daily activity declines sharply. That's why you can go about simple routines in the house and still wake up sore. With low D3 levels, this process slows down even more. At that point, age-related muscle loss, known as sarcopenia, sets in, and it almost always targets the legs first. Your glutes, thighs, and calves gradually shrink. Even if you can't see it right away, you'll feel it. Getting up from a chair is harder. Climbing stairs takes longer. Standing for too long feels exhausting. Slowly, your world gets smaller. A 2020 study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that seniors with low vitamin D3 who supplemented at night experienced a 34% reduction in falls and a 19% increase in leg strength in just 3 months. That's huge. Why? Because D3 does far more than just strengthen bones. It activates muscle receptors that spark strength and stability. And here's the key: those receptors are most active during deep sleep when your body releases growth hormone. That makes bedtime the best time to take it. But the benefits don't stop there. D3 also fights inflammation in your muscle tissue. Do you ever feel a burning sensation in your calves at night, or a deep aching in your thighs? Chronic low-level inflammation may be the reason. D3 helps regulate it. A 2022 study in Frontiers in Aging found that seniors deficient in D3 reported twice as much nighttime leg pain and significantly less muscle regeneration. The good news: within just 6 weeks of nightly D3 supplementation, participants experienced measurable improvements: faster walking speed, better balance, and reduced pain. Unfortunately, many seniors either skip D3 altogether or take it in the morning. That's a mistake. To work with your body's natural repair cycle, D3 needs to be taken at night. Remember, muscles aren't built in the gym or during daily activity, they're rebuilt while you sleep. Without D3, that repair process simply doesn't happen properly. And sunlight alone isn't enough. After 60, the same amount of sun exposure produces 75% less vitamin D3 in your skin than it once did. That's why supplementation is essential. Most older adults see benefits with $2,000 to $4,000 international units of vitamin D3 each night, though your exact dosage should be guided by blood tests. Always choose vitamin D3, not D2. To boost absorption, take it with a small amount of healthy fat, like a slice of avocado, a spoonful of almond butter, or a splash of almond milk. And don't worry, D3 won't keep you awake. In fact, some studies suggest it calms the nervous system, reduces nighttime leg cramps, and even improves sleep quality. So if your legs feel tight, if you're struggling to regain strength even after exercise, or if you've noticed your walking pace slowing down, low vitamin D3 could be the missing piece. Break this habit tonight, and your muscles may finally get the nourishment they need to heal. Strength isn't the only benefit here. Even at age 70, this nutrient supports collagen repair, reawakens muscle memory, and helps reverse years of muscle loss. Taking the top spot, vitamin K2. Strangely, very few seniors ever mention it. Yet it may be the single most effective vitamin for restoring leg strength quickly. And to be clear, this is not vitamin K1 from leafy greens, which is mainly tied to blood clotting. This is K2, and it works to restore what aging steadily strips away from your bones and muscles. Chances are your body is starved for it. If you're over 60 and your legs feel weak, achy, or unstable, if your knees creak when you stand, or your calves feel like rubber bands by midday, you may be missing K2. So what exactly does it do? Think of it as the traffic director for calcium. Put simply, K2 directs calcium away from your arteries, joints, and soft tissues and sends it into your bones where it belongs. Without enough K2, calcium goes off course. It narrows your blood vessels. It builds up in your joints. It hardens your soft tissues. That's why older adults low in K2 often suffer both tight, painful legs and fragile bones at the same time. The problem is most people don't realize this is happening. Yet, K2 is also essential for activating genes involved in muscle repair. In a 2021 study published in Nutrients, researchers gave seniors a daily dose of K2 and tracked the results. After just 8 weeks, participants saw a 21% increase in quadriceps strength and a 31% improvement in balance. That's not just a supplement boost, that's true muscle activation. And here's the kicker. The best results came from those who took K2 right before bed, when muscles and bones are naturally in repair mode. K2 also works hand in hand with vitamin D3. Think of them as partners. Vitamin D3 helps move calcium into your bloodstream, and K2 ensures that calcium goes to your bones, not your arteries or joints. Without enough K2, taking D3 alone can actually cause problems by leaving calcium unguided. This is why some older adults who supplement with D3 still deal with stiffness or worsening joint pain. In almost every case, K2 is the missing link. But there's more. K2 improves how your muscles use glucose and boosts bone formation by activating a protein called osteocalcin. This is especially important for seniors dealing with poor circulation, insulin resistance, or prediabetes. In one clinical trial focused on aging and disease seniors who supplemented with K2 showed better blood sugar control and increased endurance in walking tests. And when taken at night, K2 also supports the overnight replenishment of muscle glycogen. The result? Stronger legs the very next day without the fatigue or soreness. The problem is that K2 is rare in modern diets. It's mainly found in aged cheeses, certain meats, and fermented foods like natto. Unless you eat those regularly, you're probably not getting enough. That's why the best option is to supplement with MK7, the most absorbable form of K2, particularly at bedtime. Thanks to its longer half-life in the body, MK7 provides steady support throughout the night and helps regulate calcium more effectively. This way, your bones and muscles get the exact signal they need to rebuild while you sleep. Taking K2 before bed is like flipping the switch on your body's healing system. And here's something even more powerful. K2 is the key that unlocks the full benefit of vitamin D3 if you're already taking it. So if your legs feel weaker, if climbing stairs is harder than it used to be, or if knee or calf pain has crept in over the past year, it may be time to add K2. Because if your muscles still haven't recovered, your strength hasn't fully returned, and your legs feel like they're slowly losing the battle against time, this one vitamin could be the missing piece. Now let's talk about how you can begin weaving these 3 vitamins into your daily routine without feeling overwhelmed or confused. The truth is, success here comes down to 3 things: consistency, the right form, and proper timing. And starting tonight, you can already give your legs the support they need if you do it the right way. Begin with vitamin B12. The most effective form is sublingual methylcobalamin because as we age, our digestive system doesn't work as efficiently. That means you don't need to swallow a pill. Instead, place the tiny tablet under your tongue and let it dissolve. Take it at least 2 hours after dinner or about 30 minutes before bed, ideally on an empty stomach. Why does this matter? Because it allows your body to absorb B12 directly into the bloodstream without food getting in the way. To make it effortless, turn it into a nightly ritual. Keep the bottle next to your toothbrush or set a reminder on your phone. If you're new to B12, start with 1,000 micrograms per day. Then, over the next few weeks, pay attention to your energy levels, your balance, and even the quality of your sleep. Next comes vitamin D3. Look for a soft gel or capsule with at least 2,000 IU of cholecalciferol, the form your body naturally produces from sunlight. Because D3 is fat-soluble, take it in the evening with a small amount of healthy fat, a slice of cheese, a spoonful of almond butter, or a handful of nuts works well. Avoid eating a heavy meal right before bed. Large meals can slow absorption and disrupt sleep. The best time to take D3 is about 20 to 30 minutes before you go to bed. And yes, you can take it alongside your B12. Keep it simple. Place the bottle by your bedside or next to your evening tea mug so you never forget. Finally, add vitamin K2. A dose of 100 to 200 micrograms is ideal, and you'll want to look for the MK7 form, which pairs perfectly with D3 and stays active longer in the body. Take K2 at the same time as your D3. Together, they're even more powerful, especially during the night when your muscles and bones are in full repair mode. While a small snack with fat can improve absorption, a full meal isn't necessary. K2 is especially important if you're already taking calcium supplements or eating calcium-rich foods, because it ensures that calcium ends up in your bones, where it belongs, not in your arteries or joints. If you're on prescription medications, remember to space these vitamins at least an hour apart, unless your doctor gives different instructions. For many older adults, the easiest approach is to create a bedtime tray. Your 3 supplements, a glass of water, and maybe a journal or a cup of herbal tea. The key is consistency. These nutrients don't work overnight, but with days and weeks of steady use, they'll help reset your body's repair system and restore your legs' natural strength from the inside out. So starting tonight, follow this simple order: B12 under the tongue, D3, and K2 together with a light snack. All taken about 30 minutes before bed. Keep it simple, keep it calm, and let your body do what it's been waiting to do: heal, repair, and rebuild your legs while you sleep. Once you've locked in your nightly routine, B12 under the tongue, D3, and K2 with a light snack, it's time to take things one step further. Because while these vitamins are powerful on their own, A few simple adjustments in your daily rhythm can help your body absorb them better, rebuild faster, and let you wake up with stronger legs in less time. Let's look at 3 extra habits that silently accelerate your progress without adding more pills or complicated routines. First, hydrate with intention, not just when you feel thirsty. Many older adults underestimate how much dehydration weakens the legs. When your body runs low on fluids, your blood thickens, circulation slows, and muscle cells struggle to absorb nutrients, even if you're taking the right vitamins. Without enough water, B12 can't reach your nerves, D3 doesn't distribute efficiently, and K2 can't move calcium to where it's truly needed. That dull, achy sensation in your legs at night. It might not be aging at all. It could be poor hydration. A study published in the Journal of Aging Research found that even mild dehydration reduced leg endurance by 14% and delayed nighttime muscle recovery by several hours. The fix isn't to chug water all at once. Instead, sip steadily throughout the day. Aim for a glass of water every 90 minutes while you're awake. If plain water feels like a chore, add a slice of lemon or cucumber for flavor. And stop drinking about an hour before bed to avoid sleep disruptions. Hydration may sound basic, but when combined with your nightly vitamins, it becomes a hidden weapon for stronger, more flexible legs. Second, pay attention to what and when you eat. If your last meal is heavy, starchy, or packed with sugar, your body spends most of the night digesting instead of rebuilding. That's a missed opportunity for muscle repair, especially after age 60. Digestion naturally slows in the evening, and a late plate of rice bread or dessert can quietly increase inflammation in your legs and block the benefits of D3 and K2. In fact, a study in clinical nutrition showed that seniors who ate a high glycemic dinner after 7 p.m. had twice the rate of nighttime muscle stiffness and absorbed nutrients 38% less efficiently while sleeping. The takeaway? Keep dinner light. A palm-sized serving of protein like grilled chicken or a boiled egg with a handful of leafy greens or steamed vegetables is plenty. Then give your body at least 2 hours to process before taking your supplements. This quiet window allows the vitamins to work more effectively as you rest. The result? You'll not only wake up with less leg pain, but your digestion and sleep quality will likely improve as well. Third, and maybe the most underrated move, your legs gently before bed. This isn't exercise, it's circulation support. Just a few minutes of light movement activates blood flow, helping B12, D3, and K2 reach your muscle tissue more efficiently. That means less soreness in the morning and more noticeable strength gains over time. Before climbing into bed, try this. Do 10 seated leg extensions, a few ankle circles, or stand and slowly raise your heels off the floor 10 times. These small, simple movements signal to your nervous system that your legs are active, alive, and ready to heal. A 2021 study in geriatric rehabilitation found that seniors who performed just 5 minutes of light leg movements before sleep experienced a 22% increase in nighttime blood flow to the lower limbs and reported less cramping, less stiffness, and better balance in as little as 10 days. These 3 steps, steady hydration, a lighter dinner, and 5 minutes of leg movement, may sound small. But when you stack them with your nightly dose of B12, D3, and K2, they create the perfect conditions for real recovery, not just temporary relief. This is true, measurable change. And that's how you reclaim control over your legs, your strength, and your mobility one night at a time. So there you have it. 3 vitamins, 3 hidden deficiencies, and 3 powerful ways to rebuild the strength in your legs. And you can do it without painkillers, without extreme exercise, and without risky medications. Vitamin B12 repairs your nerves and restores the vital connections between your brain and your muscles. Vitamin D3 fuels real muscle growth and helps calm inflammation that slows you down. And vitamin K2 redirects calcium to where it belongs, activates muscle-building genes, and reverses years of silent breakdown in your legs. What you need is science-backed action, and it starts tonight before bed, when your body is naturally primed to rebuild. But here's the truth. Your body can't do it without the right tools. And now you know exactly what those tools are. I'd love to hear from you. Are you already taking any of these vitamins before bed, or will tonight be the first time you try? Drop your answer in the comments below. I read every single one, and reply with tailored feedback, because your journey matters. If this video gave you clarity or encouragement, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe for more practical research-based health solutions made specifically for seniors. Remember, your legs carry you through every step of life. Let's make sure they stay strong for the years ahead. And as always, if you have questions or want to share your personal experience, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your story. Thanks for watching.